Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have an Arab fragrance haul to share with you guys. This one has to be my all-time favorite Arab fragrance haul that I've ever done. Arab perfumes just continue to be the absolute best in the fragrance world. Not only are these fragrances mind-bogglingly affordable, but they also give you amazing performance that even most high-end like $400 perfumes can lack, and they smell amazing. And a lot of them are actually dupes for super high-end perfumes, and not only are they dupes, but they're like spot on, pretty much the exact same. So it's like, do you really need to go out there and spend all this money on a perfume when you have it right here? This video is not sponsored, by the way. I purchased all these with my own money. I got all of them on Amazon, which is like the #1 place I normally buy Arab fragrances, just because through Prime I can get a hold of them pretty fast. So these ones were a lot that I've been kind of seeing all over social media. A lot of them were really requested for me to try, and one of them actually ended up being free in a very strange way. I did not mean to get it. It was accidentally sent to me, but we'll get to that. Before we get into this haul, please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and turn your post notifications on, and let's get started. Starting off with probably the most requested perfume that I've had ever since this came out. I was getting DMs on Instagram, I was getting comments here telling me you gotta try Yara Candy, because obviously, I mean, you know, it's called Yara Candy. Now, I'm a really big fan of the original Yara. I think it smells great. And then I've also tried Yara Toi, I think that's what it's called, the one in the orange bottle. That one didn't really knock my socks off. I was kind of bored with it. It smelled a lot like Alien Goddess to me. It had mango in it, which sounded delicious, but it was just like a beachy tropical scent. It didn't really do much for me, so I ended up decluttering it. But this one, now I love candy type perfumes. As you guys know, I love super sweet scents. Oh, this smells so good. This is a true candy perfume. A lot of the times perfumes will say candy, but it smells nothing like candy. This one actually smells like candy, and it actually does smell like the notes that it has. This has top notes of blackcurrant, green tangerine, middle notes of strawberry fizz candy, gardenia, and base notes of vanilla, amber, sandalwood, and musk. I have a lot of sweet perfumes, but none of them really smell like this one. It literally is giving strawberry fizz candy. It smells so yummy. The only thing I'm gonna say is I feel like this perfume is borderline giving me body mist vibes. Like, I feel like Bath and Body Works probably has come out with a scent that smells like this, and I hope I can find out, because I would love to do a mist dupes video. So that's the only thing I'm gonna say. It kind of does give body mist vibes. It's not necessarily the perfumiest perfume out there. It's also at the same time a million times stronger than any body mist ever. It's a very strong scent. I actually put literally one spray on me yesterday, and it smelled so good. It filled up my entire room, and my husband was complimenting me. Like, he came and gave me a hug, and he was like, you smell delicious. This is why I can't always rely on Fragrantica, because I almost didn't buy this perfume, because the first perfume I saw apparently compared to this perfume is Pink Sugar Red Velvet, and I didn't really care for that perfume. I thought it was just like maybe a little bit of a creamier version of Pink Sugar, but it wasn't really doing much for me, so I ended up decluttering that. So I was really hoping it didn't smell like that, and I don't think it does. And I also saw Candy Yum Yum by MAC is compared to this. I slightly get that, but at the same time, I will say this is what I hoped Candy Yum Yum smelled like when I first got that scent, because initially getting that perfume, I was kind of disappointed in it because it ended up being fruitier and a little bit more tangy than I thought it was gonna be. Now I've come to really love it, and the dry down is super sweet, but I wanted it to be this, because with a name like MAC Candy Yum Yum, you expect it to smell like candy, and it does have guava and it does have cotton candy in it, but it's a little bit more fresh than you would think. This is exactly what I hoped that perfume smelled like initially, and so I really love this one because this is not tangy or sour in any way. It's just a burst of strawberry yummy gummy candy. Highly recommend this one if you love your sweet scents, if you want to smell girly and like candy. And actually, based off what I just said earlier about this reminding me of a Bath and Body Works scent, I see Pink Berry Clouds by Bath & Body Works on here, which I'm pretty sure I either have in my collection or have had. I know for a fact I've smelled it, and yes, I think that's what it's reminding me of. So if you have Pink Berry Clouds, that's what this smells like. Love that. 10 out of 10. Next up, I got this because I saw this, I think it was a shorts video from Curly Sense. It came up on my YouTube feed. As soon as I saw the bottle, I was like, I have to get that. And they were raving about this perfume. So I looked it up and it ended up being something that I thought I would love. But to be honest, the packaging initially is what got me, and I'm so glad that I love the smell because the packaging, it takes the cake. This is such a gigantic bottle. It's 100 ml, but I feel like it looks even bigger because half of the perfume is the cap. Now this is heavy, like it's got some weight to it. It has this little snake at the top. This one's actually by Lattafa. I love Lattafa, and it's called Musamam White Intense. This has top notes of bergamot, spices, orange, middle notes of coconut, ylang ylang, ambroxan, mahonio, and base notes of sandalwood, musk, and benzoin. This one was being compared to Gris Chanel. It was being compared to Versace's Crystal Noir, and I'm definitely getting that. But what I will say is this perfume is advertised as a unisex perfume, but unlike Gris Chanel, which can definitely be more unisex, this one I feel actually gives me some pretty feminine vibes. Like it's almost like a more feminine version of Gris Chanel. As with a lot of air perfumes, a lot of people will tell you to let these fragrances macerate because I don't know what it is, but all air fragrances just get better with time. I haven't had this for too long. I think I may have had this sitting in my collection for about a month, and I honestly love this right off the bat, but I think it may have even gotten better if I'm being honest. Like it just feels a little bit richer now, and I'm getting more of that coconut. I don't want to spray this on me because these fragrances are so strong, especially this one, and I'm just sitting at home and editing today, so I'm just not really in the mood for smelling super strong. All I gotta say is this perfume smells like $1,000,000. Dare I say it actually smells even more expensive than BDK Gris Chanel, which I think is around $300, maybe $200. It's a lot of money. This one was definitely under $50. All of these were under $50. It just blows my mind because this one especially truly smells like the most expensive niche perfume you've ever smelled. This fragrance opens up pretty spicy. I get maybe a little bit of that coconut. I don't think the coconut is necessarily too strong in this one. I think it's definitely the muskiness and the spice notes that dominate. There's a little bit of florals going on in here, and then this is definitely very woody and almost resinous. I just think it smells so expensive. It smells so sexy, and I think the packaging is definitely giving those vibes. This is something that I would use on a date night where I just want to feel and smell super sexy. And the packaging too, like the outside packaging, it's like this, I don't know, is this snakeskin? I have no idea, but it's very bougie. Now let's get into the mistake that happened. So Amazon, you know, sometimes every once in a while, they're usually pretty good, okay? Because I've ordered a lot from Amazon, more than I'd like to admit. And usually they don't get my orders wrong. But this one, let me tell you guys what happened with these two. It ended up being a pretty nice mistake in the end, but I was a little bit annoyed at first. I ordered this perfume. This is by Paris Corner, and this is Ministry of Oud Satin. This one is supposed to be inspired by Oud Satin Mood by MFK. Very pricey scent, and recently I've just been seeing so much talk about that perfume. People just get crazy compliments with that. I think I specifically saw this TikTok of this girl that was just hyping it up, and of course I wasn't gonna go out and actually spend 300 and whatever that perfume is. So I'm like, let me do a little bit of research. I'm sure Air Fragrances already have an amazing dupe for this, and that's when I came across this perfume. So I went on Amazon, placed an order, super inexpensive, all is well. When this actually does arrive to my doorstep, it was not that perfume. They had sent me this one. This was definitely like a labeling mistake or something, because when this came to me, it was sealed in the plastic wrap, and the bottom of it had the label with the barcode, and the label said the name of this one. So I think when they scanned it, you know, it showed the right perfume, but it was just the wrong label that they had put it on, I guess. They ended up sending me Tobacco Vanille, which is I believe also by Paris Corner. And so I called them. I didn't even open it because I was expecting him to be like, okay, that's fine, you can just go and return this and we'll send you the correct one you ordered. And he was like, you know, due to our policy, unfortunately you can't return this perfume, like we don't accept perfume returns. And so I'm like, okay, so what the heck am I supposed to do? Like, I did not order this. But he said we can refund you because obviously that's not what you ordered. And he said you can do whatever you want with the perfume, you can donate it, give it away, keep it, whatever. So I was like, okay, that's good. They ended up refunding me and I purchased this one, and thankfully I did get the right one the second time. But then that left me with this guy. So this was pretty much free, which was a nice little gift from Amazon. Thank you, Amazon. So I hadn't opened this, I didn't even smell it, and once he told me, okay, you can keep it because we can't take it back, then I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna at least smell this and see what it's giving. Obviously I knew as soon as I ordered it that this was a Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford dupe, which it's literally called Tobacco Vanille. And when I first saw that, I was a little disappointed. I was like, if they had made a mistake, I wish they would have given me a different perfume, because I'm not like the hugest fan ever of Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. I think it's just a bit much. But then I smelled this and I let it kind of sit on my skin. This ended up being a really nice little accident. First of all, it smells so expensive. It is so luxurious, and I think it smells even better than the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille because this smells so smooth, and the tobacco in it isn't as overpowering as I find the OG Tobacco Vanille to be, which I mainly get the tobacco on my skin on that one, and it gets to be a little smoky and leathery, and I get more of that than the vanilla, whereas in here I get more of the vanilla and a little bit of that tobacco-y kind of scent. It's still there, but it's dominated more by the vanilla rather than the other way around. And again, I don't want to spray this on my skin because this is also very, very strong, and it's definitely not your chill at home fragrance. This is gonna be your going out, I want to smell really freaking good. I have so many layering ideas with this perfume. Even with the scent like this one, I think these two would create the most luxurious, rich, expensive scent combo ever. Haven't done that yet, but I just have a feeling they'll work really well. Tobacco Vanille only has tobacco and vanilla in the notes. It's just insane the price that you're paying for this perfume with how expensive this smells. If you blindfolded anybody and they had this with a niche perfume and they told them, okay, tell me which one smells more expensive, they would go for this one. I cannot even begin to tell you the quality of this perfume. It smells so rich. The longevity is there. The scent is there. The sillage, the performance, everything, 10 out of 10. It is a very spicy vanilla. It's a vanilla that has a nice edge to it. I think it smells super sexy, and again, I think this smells better than the original Tobacco Vanille, which I think is around $500. And also, back when I thought I wanted that scent, I had read somewhere that that is the signature scent that Harry Styles wears. So that's just a little fun fact about this fragrance. Anyways, all that aside, this ended up being such a nice accident, because had they not sent this to me on accident, I probably would have never thought to buy this. And now I'm like kind of falling in love with this. It's not a daily perfume at all. It's definitely going out. It's just giving rich, sexy, provocative, seductive, all those vibes. It's a little bit raunchy and not in a classic way, okay? It's that type of fragrance. And then for the actual one that I wanted, as I said, this is supposed to be a dupe for Oud Satin Mood. This one is also ginormous. Is this also 100 ml? Yes, it's 100 ml. These perfumes, like even just holding them, they are so heavy. I feel like every Air perfume haul that I do, I'm always just amazed at what I pay for them and what I get. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know how they do this, but I'm also not complaining. It's just like I'm in awe, truly. This one, I can tell you right now, smells exactly like Oud Satin Mood. I have smelled that in stores. I've never actually bought it because it is very expensive, and I feel like if it was a scent where I would know for a fact I would get a lot of use with it, like a scent like Baccarat Rouge, where I know I can easily use it every day and not get sick of it, then maybe I would think about getting it. But this is a very strong scent, and it's just not something that I would personally wear every day. It's definitely more special occasion to me. But with that being said, this This is really good. This is sexy in a classy way. It is an oud fragrance. It just smells so clean. It has a lot of rose in it, which rose and oud does sound like a very strong and almost headache inducing combo, at least to somebody like me who is not the biggest lover of predominantly rose scents. And this has 2 different rose notes in it. It has Bulgarian rose in the top notes that is accompanied by oud, and then you get Turkish rose in the middle notes followed by benzoin, and in the base you get violet and vanilla. I definitely think the base notes save this perfume. That violet in here gives the rose and even the oud just more of a smooth, creamy vibe. Not creamy in an electronic sense, it's just, I guess, smooth is what I'm trying to say. It makes them a little bit less in your face, and along with that vanilla, again, they just add a lot more sweetness. Super expensive for what you get. I think the rose notes in here are almost jammy. It just reminds me of a very rich and classy woman. And then the last perfume I have in this video, I actually saw Kathleen Lights talk about this. This video of hers popped up on my TikTok, and she has a whole TikTok account where she reviews perfumes, and she was talking about this one, and the way she was talking about it, I was like, I have to get that because she totally sold me on it. This one is by Al Haram, and this is called Junoon Noir. This is a 2.5 fluid ounce bottle. Once again, stunning freaking perfume bottle. If you didn't know how inexpensive this was, looking at this, you'd think, oh, that's a $500 perfume. And it not only looks like a $500 perfume, it feels like a $500 perfume. This one has top notes of kumquat and lime, middle notes of orris, violet, jasmine, and lily of the valley, and base notes of vanilla, musk, sandalwood, and cedar. This is another dupe, and this one's actually a dupe for Dama Bianca by Xerjoff. Xerjoff is a house that I love a lot of their perfumes. I think they make some amazing, unique, just really great fragrances, and they are niche and they are super pricey, but I think for me, at least personally, Xerjoff is one of those houses where I think they are worth the money. The scent is so beautiful and feminine. It is a vanilla. It smells, again, just so sexy. The DNA of this is absolutely beautiful. It's so smooth. It's so odd because when this first opens up, tell me why it smells like beer, which sounds so off-putting. I don't know. It's like this initial burst. In a weird way, I'm getting beer, which is definitely not making this sound good. I swear, guys, I love this, but the more it dries down, this truly is phenomenal. I think this may be my favorite out of this video. It's kind of hard though because, like I said, this is the best Arab fragrance haul ever that I've ever done, and I love these scents. I think I'm actually gonna rate all of them at the end, so stay tuned. It's so intoxicating, I'm at a loss for words. This is like a fruity vanilla. It is truly beast mode. When I tell you, you do not need more than a spray of this perfume for it to last you all day. It is so strong and somehow still not in a nauseating way. I cannot rave about this enough. This may just be my favorite Arab fragrance of all time, which is a bold statement. I've tried many, I love them, but this one, there's just something so special about this. I always try to tell you guys, if you could get one perfume out of all the hauls that I do, this one specifically, get your hands on this. It reminds me also a good amount of Gentle Fluidity by MFK. It's also different, but it's also kind of similar, and I love Gentle Fluidity. That scent also gets me a ton of compliments, and I believe Gentle Fluidity is unisex, whereas to me this one smells way more feminine. It's very versatile. I feel like this could become your everyday signature scent, but also you could wear this to a club and freaking smell amazing. That is it for this Arab fragrance haul. I am now going to rate all of these perfumes from my favorite to, I don't want to say my least favorite, because even though these were all blind buys, I don't think any of them were fails. Okay, in first place, I gotta give it to Junoon Noir. This is just next level. If you could get one out of this entire fragrance haul, get your hands on this one. I think my number 2 spot, I will have to give it to Yara Candy, because I think it smells like candy. It smells like strawberry gummy candy. It's so pink and girly. It's a really fun scent. It's not, you know, sexy and complex and super rich and niche smelling like some of these other perfumes, but I love a good candy type scent, so I'm ranking that as number 2. These last 3, are really hard. I think third place, I'm gonna put the Musamam White Intense by Lattafa because the scent is just so rich and expensive, and I love the bottle, but I mean, I'm just ranking based off scents, not the bottle. And fourth place, I'm gonna do Oud Satin Moon. This one is just so elegant. It's very fresh. It smells like you just came out of the shower and you used the most luxurious like spa level products ever. And then I'll put this one in last, even though I really like this. It's just they're all so different, you know, so it's really hard to kind of rank these. And this is my final ranking. This is not in order of like best to worst. I guess it's just my favorite to a little bit less my favorite. I highly recommend pretty much any one of these, but this one specifically, too good. That is it for this video. Let me know of any other air fragrances that you guys would want me to try out. Thank you for all the recommendations about this one because seriously, this was one of my best air fragrance hauls. I almost want to say my best hauls like in general. These perfumes just are next level for the money that I paid for them. That is it for me today. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.